going on, everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal, Spaz Phoenix, the YWC Reality Check. This is your preview for TNA Genesis and TNA Thursday Night Impact live on AMC, and that is Jake fucking DeMarco. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, buddy, we're starting off blowing things up big time because it's time for TNA to go
To ascend,
cable. Cable? Yeah, let's
I
call it
guess,
cable.
yeah.
I'm excited to see them return to cable and to be back on television in a channel that people can actually see. I mean, that's a blessing with everything going
Yeah.
on right now and all the stresses in the world.
You know
MJF
what I
tweeted
like
before, we
though,
need a
and
distraction.
I want to give TNA a shout out right off the bat because I do have a positive rant to get out of my system in a second. The comedy video that they did where all the wrestlers are calling each other so that they all knew which channel to turn into, even though they're on the show, and that's the joke.
Yes.
I do like at the end, and it's like, if you're not in the States, Canada still on Sportsnet 360, UK is on like channel 4 or whatever. And it's like, we're doing this big new thing in the USA, but the rest of you, we've still got you covered. Here's
Yes.
all the information you need. Because WWE, and I'm the WWE guy, never used to do that. Whenever you guys went from USA to Fox to, what back in the day when it was on like Spike or TBS, TSN, whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
it was always like, here's what, the States are doing, and then we'll figure it out, which I'm sure is the case for the rest of the world as well. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah,
But like,
usually. I mean, that's
it was always like when
usually
it was
what's
like
up.
when SmackDown debuted on Fox, it's like, cool, I'm not changing a thing. We're just getting an extra special episode for no reason.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
basically. You're not
But
wrong.
before we get into the debut on AMC, before we get into Genesis, Jake, I know it's not in my nature. I'm
You
gonna be
never.
I'm gonna be really petty. I'm gonna be insanely petty
Spaz.
to the, like, I don't want to say predictable because that's not even the right word, but the WWE haters that just hate on WWE to hate on WWE. It's predictable and it's getting boring and it's not even fun anymore. You know when you get in a schoolyard fight and somebody hits you with a really good insult and you're like, "Okay, you got me, but at least it was good."
Yes.
Like, I'm looking at these people now like it's not even fun anymore. So here's the thing, and I have to tell you these news things in the order that I found them out
Okay.
so that you can see why this was funny for me. So, there's a lot of this debut episode of Thursday Night Impact. I'm gonna have to get used to saying Thursday Night Impact. It's fine, don't worry about it. There's a lot of Thursday Night Impact that bleeds into the pay-per-view. It's very much like a WWE overseas show where SmackDown is kind of part of the pay-per-view.
Yes.
Initially, and there's 2 different matches that are like this, but I'm specifically, I can speak, I swear, talking about the X Division. Leon Slater, star of the fucking year last year, let's be real for a second,
Yeah.
has a triple threat against, where am I looking? Cedric
Genesis.
Alexander
Yeah.
Cedric Alexander and Moose, right? He's got a triple threat already set for the pay-per-view.
If.
So what does he do? Here's the thing. Here's where it gets fun. If he got past another championship opportunity that he was offering on the debut, because obviously they want to feature the X Division Championship on the debut. Hey, if you're a new viewer, this is what we do. This is our signature title, etc. And basically, the Rascals all fought each other, and Myron Reed won.
Yeah.
And the idea being that it's going to be Leon Slater versus Myron Reed, and whoever wins that match 2 days later goes into the triple threat against Cedric Alexander and Moose.
Yeah.
And then they sort of quietly stopped advertising that match. It's not on the card anymore.
Okay.
And then we hear the rumors and speculations, rumor and innuendo, because WWE is still on their UK tour,
Yes.
that Leon Slater may be answering Carmelo Hayes' US title open challenge on Friday.
Yes.
And people went nuts. And it was like, oh my God, WWE, they're pulling a power play. They pulled this guy out just because they want to have him on SmackDown and da-da-da. Never mind. If it's true, Leon Slater versus Carmelo Hayes, put it into my fucking vein.
Yes. That's going to be
But
outstanding.
it was all this subterfuge of, oh my God, they're stealing. Look what they did with Jordan and Joe Hendry and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. and they pulled, they got him to this TV deal, but they pulled him from their debut at the last minute because they would rather have him on SmackDown, and they're strong arming TNA and da 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 da. You know what
You don't
came
even
out
know if it's
today?
his choice.
Do you know what happened today? Do you know what came out today?
What's that?
The actual reason why that match has been pulled.
Ah.
The Rascals are done with TNA,
Ah, see? Entirely.
which
Yes.
sucks, which is an entirely other conversation that we could have because I think
I
if
thought it
TNA
was
doesn't
BS at first, honest to God. I didn't think that was legitimate because of the way it was being reported and the way
fair,
people
but
were
it would but it would
talking.
but it would explain why the match got pulled.
Yes, so
Bottom
that's why
line,
I thought it was like a troll thing at first, and people were like,
yeah.
fantasy booking it.
Bottom line, we doubled down. Well, clearly, if anything happened anywhere, it must be because WWE are being dicks. First of all,
Yes. That ended up being the
sorry
fantasy
guys.
booking, not the
Yeah,
logical, "Hey, they're not
here's
here
the thing.
anymore."
There's nothing to say that they're in Texas on Thursday for the Impact debut, and you fly them out the next day because SmackDown is on a Friday, and that's how calendars work.
Ah,
But I will say on the upside of this, first of all, like fuck the haters that hopped on that train based on literally nothing.
yeah,
Second of
no
all,
no
it does
kidding.
it does if it's true about the Rascals, that does kind of suck. Third of
Yeah,
all,
that's
Leo
disappointing.
Leon Slater versus Myron Reed main evented with the X Division Championship not that long ago on a pay-per-view, so another round of that would have been cool.
Yes.
And if he does show up on Friday, fantastic. He's from, that part of the world. I don't know if it's exactly UK. I don't know his exact precise, location. So it'd be like a home continent
Yes.
coming,
And isn't that
whatever
bad
the
that
case may be.
that's kinda why with Myron Reed, I wasn't, like, overly excited. Not that it's a bad match, but since we've seen it, but the Carmelo Hayes one was like, "Oh, wow." So to
Mm.
me, it was, like, always a
But there's
better
nothing like
option.
it's not that like
It's
okay,
not that big of a deal. Yeah, it was so
people do insane flights, and I don't wanna tamp down on the effects of long travel on
yeah,
people going
jet
around the world
lag and
because that's a huge thing. But you could do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like, it's doable. People have
yes.
done it.
Yes.
And I will say as well, it doesn't mean that he's not on the show. He's still advertised for the show. They've just pulled the match.
Exactly. And
And and
that's why I
and
feel like this booking is a little BS backwards.
and you know who else is showing up at the premiere?
Who's that?
AJ Styles.
And you know who else is showing up at the premiere?
Who's that?
He's now at Genesis only. I thought he was gonna be at the premiere too. It's Joe Hendry. So now I guess he's just
Oh,
at
Yeah.
Genesis.
Joe Hendry was announced for what I've seen anyway. Joe Hendry was announced for Genesis. AJ Styles was announced for Impact.
Yeah.
So
And then I saw a press release email that said about Hendry being at the debut as well, and now I don't see that. So
maybe he's doing like a public appearance type thing.
maybe because they are doing
But
a
I'm just
meet and
saying,
greet beforehand with a bunch of the talent, so maybe that's it. But they are
yeah,
being like, "Hey, he's returning, and this is what's
because TNA,
happening."
because they've had things not go in their favor. People have left. People have had to leave. They've let people go, etc. They have had a lot, especially in the past couple of years, with a bigger eye on them. They have had to turn a lot on a dime. They're very good at. We don't have this person. We're going to give you this instead. I'm sorry. On the debut of Thursday Night Impact on AMC in the news time slot and everything,
Yeah.
totally unannounced X Division Championship match between Leon Slater and AJ Styles.
It's like, come on. Who's gonna
Re- re-
complain
really
there?
sounds like WWE's putting the thumb down on them. And
Yeah,
if the
they're
other thing is
really keeping
true,
them from
and
functioning,
if the other
huh?
thing is true, then a Friday night SmackDown debut a day before you go defend your title in a triple threat match at Genesis.
Yeah, is
I don't.
not a
I
bad
was
get.
saying I was saying Leon Slater, or sorry, I was saying Javon Evans for a while, but I don't think there's anybody that's featured more across all the titles that we specifically talk about than Leon
Yes.
Slater.
No, no, you're absolutely right, and he's featured for a damn reason, like, it's
Oh, he's
a
fantastic.
yeah, he
Now,
knows what's up, and he knows how to be exciting, and he's such an unorthodox, contender as well, like, he's not somebody
yeah,
that you would think would be the guy. He doesn't have the look, he doesn't have the
and
size, he doesn't have
the thing of it
any
is
of it, and it's not a negative, but
when people were pulling out this whole WWE, they laid eyes on him and like they snatched him out of his own company's hands, and it's like, well, first of all, no. because it was a completely other reason and nobody bothered to look into it. Michael Sidgwick, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, of course, they give
Second of
that
all
no
second of all,
further
well, and
look.
Andy Murray's not too, good with that shit either.
No kidding.
But the other side of that is if you're WWE, of fucking course you're looking at this guy.
Yeah, no doubt about it, like,
Like, it
duh?
doesn't mean you snatch him up. Okay, I'm gonna go back to it, and this is the only time, hopefully, that I'm gonna mention them tonight. More ex-TNA stars since the TNA WWE deal have gone and, like, withered away to nothing in AEW
Yeah.
than have come to
Eric
WWE.
Young was
Who's come to
there,
who's come to
Kazarian was
WWE?
there, yeah.
Was Eric Young in AEW?
I thought he was, wasn't he
I
for a
don't think
bit?
so.
No.
The rumor is Tommaso Ciampa's going there, and Tommaso Ciampa kinda looks like Eric Young.
Yeah, that could silly things up too. I mean, look at you think
But
back
where's
to
but
what they
where's
did
Ace
with it.
Austin? Where's Josh Alexander? Where's,
Oh,
Deonna
that's who I'm thinking of,
Purrazzo?
Josh
Where's Taya
Alexander,
Val
not Eric Young, excuse me, that's who I'm thinking
Yeah,
of.
where's
I always do that.
Taya Valkyrie? Where's, you know, Deonna Purrazzo? Where's
Oh,
like,
she's
Ace
been
Austin is
on Ring of Honor. How dare you not know that?
the only thing presented in any kind of good way on that show is Athena because they need Athena to come and boost Mercedes every now and then. Anyways, no more AEW. Moratorium and all that
Oh,
shit.
you're not excited about Maximum Carnage? Come on. It's
Oh, I'm
gonna be
gonna watch
so
the fuck out of
good.
Maximum Carnage, and it's gonna be fucking funny as shit. They're
I'm
gonna
sorry,
do
I gotta say one more thing. I don't know if you've
go for
seen
it.
it or not. I will send it to you, but
Mm,
Brian Alvarez makes sure to make note of it too. I saw it on Collision. Pac and Wheeler Yuta, when they had their tag match, they're doing a run the rope spot, and
mm.
the opponent just never gets there. So they just keep running the ropes and running the ropes. And then eventually Wheeler Yuta is so angry because he's not in the spot that he runs out and leaps into the air, out to the outside without hitting anybody, to then go ahead and grab the opponent and throw him in the ring. Like the thing was so just Bush League, you have to see it you will die. But they run the ropes doing like a crisscross, like, Hogan and Ultimate Warrior type thing, where they're
Oh
running
god.
across each other, maybe 8 times before they're like, okay, he's not
This
in
is Pac and
position.
Yuta?
Yes.
See, the thing
It's
is, what pisses me off about that more is it's kinda like listening to Mick Foley speak in 2026. I
yes.
like Pac in certain situations, and they don't put him in like, they put him in like an old Bret Hart getup without the pink, and he looks like he got one that didn't fit him, and they're not like, tell me how this guy okay, same thing goes for WWE when they had him as Neville. To be
Yes.
fair, how is this guy not a star?
I don't know, and now the haircut is just killing him, unfortunately. I mean,
Oh,
that's the be all end all, but
looks like an extra from Stranger Things. Anyways, moving
yes.
swiftly
Swiftly.
on. Swiffer. Okay. So I got the Leon Slater thing out of the way. We'll get back into that when we get into the actual show. Um, on the one hand, it really is kind of funny that he finds himself in the center of this conversation, even though it's a bullshit WWE versus TNA versus AEW conversation. He's
Yeah.
clearly like a hot act, a hot prospect, whatever you want to say. It's like when they have Santana on there. Oh, well, they're just trying to get a good look at him because they might want him. And it's like, again, Santana is fucking awesome. Got him away from his partner, got him away from the company that was draining the life out of him, and he's a fucking star. Oh, well,
Exactly.
Kazarian and Santana, they talk some shit about AEW in their promo. Yeah?
And
All they
it's
said was we both came from a place that wasn't using us very well. Can any okay, my
you
god.
could
You
say
you
that about any
I feel
company.
like ass and I'm in a bad mood when I can anybody can anybody, even the most stalwart AEW fans out there, I am asking you because you guys are gonna be listening in the chat. I'm sorry for how my voice sounds. Can any of you tell me that Frankie Kazarian or Mike Santana as a single star were given anything in AEW?
Exactly. They had
Santana and
him what?
Ortiz were
Cut
a
his
fun
hair
tag
and
team.
yell blood and guts, blood and guts, blood and
Yeah,
guts.
Santana and Ortiz were a fun tag team for a team that I wasn't aware of at the time. So
Yeah.
credit to AEW. I guess they introduced me to that tag team. But I mean, Ortiz went and like
Yeah,
teamed up
because I
with
mean, they were a
Burger
staple of
Kingston after.
TNA for a long time, obviously, and
Yeah, they were in that gap of like when I wasn't watching. They were the next LAX after Homicide and Hernandez left, if
yes.
I understand correctly.
Yes.
But here's the thing, like Mike Santana, when he came back, and I'm like, "Oh, that's half of the tag team that I heard about that broke up in AEW and all that kind of thing." And that was, and I'm not gonna lie, that's what I thought of it. It's like that's that tag team that was in AEW. They were good, they were fun, they were a decent tag team. Nothing against them in that regard. But he came and he got fucking jacked, and he shared some of his real story, which always helps ingratiate yourself with fans and whatnot.
Yeah.
And cool for him for that. Had the cool moment with his daughter. The booking with the title was kind of BS, but it kept the conversation on him, even if the conversation was, "Why the hell would you do that to this guy? He's a star."
Yeah.
Because the end of that sentence is, "He's a star."
Exactly. It's still you're making a star out of him, like something happened to
And, like,
work and
Kazarian, I'm sorry to say, he took a little vacation from TNA and tried out AEW, saw what they had to offer, and came home. I'm not even saying that in a
No,
negative
it's not a
regard.
bad
He's
thing. It's just
like, when you go
true.
back to the days to like the oddly enough, the genesis of the X division. Who was it? It was AJ Styles, Daniels, Samoa Joe. Remember when we thought Samoa Joe was cool? What the fuck happened there? But like
Yeah, that
right in
turned
there as
into
well,
a joke.
right in there. Well, you had the three because they had that triple threat match that people still talk about today. And just on the outside of that was guys like Frankie Kazarian and Eric Young.
Yes.
And I just remembered him as being the guys like, oh, he's Kazarian. He got his K in the Metallica font, and now he's playing the King of TNA, and it's awesome.
And he had
It is
something
kind of
to work off of too, because we thought he was gonna be the elite hunter, like, there was this
yeah,
storyline
but
that
do you think
worked.
that they okay, look at maybe Kenny? Like I say, I give Kenny a lot of credit these days, but the other ones, you think they're gonna let themselves be even in a fictional story where they're hunted?
Yeah, true. I mean, Kenny did go and support William Regal, which was a nice thing to hear as well,
The
so
whole the whole William Regal Kenny thing was awesome. We went over that in the last pod. We don't need to go over
yes.
it again.
No, no, I'm just
I
reiterating, like, he's done, like, a massive turnaround essentially from a lot
the
of
way
the
that I mean, Kenny Omega has had some stuff that I didn't like as well. Like he kind of
Yeah.
went for Gail Kim at one point, and that was like an isolated incident in an otherwise like, hey, I've seen this guy basically be the guy standing like anti-tribalist within his
Yeah.
own base, I guess you would say. Always gonna have my respect, but like the Bucks and like what's his name? What do they call him now? Blue Sky Cowboy.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna let, especially now,
Blue Sky Cowboy, I
because
still love it.
TNA is such a joke, right? Except they're very nervous right now. You think they're gonna have somebody from TNA hunting them? They're the elite. They're impenetrable. Pause. Anyways, I said I wasn't gonna talk about AEW tonight, but I'm in a shit mood now because my voice is already gone. The preview on AMC. There's a couple of matches announced, and they're basically lead ups to the pay-per-view because it also has to function as a go-home show.
Yes.
I don't want to predict too much. Oh my god, they're going to change this, they're going to change this, they're going to change this, they're going to boost up this. I
But
think there's something to be gained from not a regular episode, but sort of like everybody that has stayed with TNA so far because they have such a rabid, like the people that have stayed with TNA are
yeah.
fucking lifers at this point.
Yes.
So just
Exactly.
show new people what got those people on board. Maybe do like a special episode in a couple of weeks or whatever. They'll
But
do a couple of
that's
surprises. Obviously, AJ Styles will be there, and all that kind of thing, and it'll be a special episode in the sense that it's a go home show to a pay per view as well. But I
yes.
don't think a brand new audience will say, "Oh my god, look at this really special show that they put together," and then they go back to a regular show next week. I think
Yeah.
there's a weird
There's always a
danger to that.
huge disconnect, yeah, because then it's like, well, now what? You know, and it's kind of an uncomfortable, like, "Oh, well,
Like, even the
we can't
logo
do
is
this every
still kind of the
week."
same.
Yeah, we can't do this every
Even the
week,
logo is
so
still kind of the same. I hope they don't say, "Oh, we're on real TV now, so now we have to do a real presentation," and
yeah.
for those of us that have been watching the whole time, suddenly it just becomes completely, like, not what we're used
Well,
to.
yeah, I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think maybe they have a little bit of better production or something, but I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna be this.
bigger crowd.
Yeah.
Um, it's not insane, but I've seen, like, the layout of the place that they're at, and basically they've filled up the side that they need to fill out, which
Yeah,
is
which is
how it's
good,
gonna
you know?
be. It's not quite the ECW arena, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So we've got the Hardys and Elijah taking on Order 4. This is more or less to lead into Elijah taking on Mustafa Ali in a singles match on the pay-per-view. I figure because it's 3-on-3, but Order 4 still has like Agent Zero on the outside and Tasha Steelz on the outside, it's still 5-on-3. They'll
Yes.
get one Healy slippery victory, and then Elijah gets the win on the paper. I'm gonna kind of bounce back and forth. And then
Okay.
Elijah gets the win on the big show because Elijah's over.
He
Holy
is
shit.
very over, surprisingly enough, and you don't see that or expect that to be the case, but he is, and everybody wants to walk with him. So,
Yeah,
can't be
exactly.
blaming people for wanting to walk with Elijah. That's for
And
certain.
Mustafa Ali just re-upped his contract, so he ain't going
Yes,
anywhere.
hometown man did as well. Cody
Hometown
Deaner,
man, yep.
yeah, and so did there was one other re-signing
Cedric
too.
Alexander.
Yes, there we go.
And the Hardys, but the Hardys aren't going
The
anywhere.
Hardys are not.
The argument of like, "Oh, look at Matt Hardy being out there being such a company man," and it's like, "Yep, and so does Seth Rollins, and
Mhm.
so does, you know,
John
Cowboy," and
Cena, yeah.
I don't get it. And I would say the same thing to AEW as well. Now, some of them are a little bit weird in the way they do it, but hey, this is where I am. I'm proud of what we do, and they treat me pretty well.
Yeah.
How is that a bad take?
How do you argue that? Exactly. I'm happy where I am. They're doing right by me. I feel
Yep,
included.
yep. And I mean, basically, the Hardys are the main characters on TNA. With no disrespect to anybody else, but the Hardys are the biggest names that they have.
Yeah, TNA isn't
The
trying to take out my power, AEW, you know? So
Oh
I'm just
dear,
telling you,
oh
there's
dear,
something
oh
up to it.
dear.
Talking about
Oh, they had the
NXT last night, Spaz, and then all of a sudden I heard a loud ka-chung, and then everything went incredibly dark in my house, and we
oh,
lost all power because some
oh dear.
high school idiot drove through the pole up the street and knocked out power for the entire neighborhood. So
Well, I mean,
not a
if you're gonna
great
go
time.
driving around hitting things, a pole is better than some. Anyways, I shouldn't go there. Just put some
Yeah,
ice on
but
it. It's fine.
hey, yeah, it'll be all right. We'll be okay. Just
But if you want to talk about
polish
power
it.
outage issues, we could talk about Dynamite from last week.
There we go.
Fucking I love Willow Nightingale, and God bless her for trying, but like she
Yeah,
had to
but
cut her promo in the dark.
well, do you know what happened? Every time they turned the lights off, it takes them like a 4 minute to like come back to full thing. So every time they did a lights out thing, because it happened later in the show when they did a lights out too, that it just took forever for the lights
Okay,
to
let me
come
just
back
say,
on.
as a guy that works in a warehouse, that's what you get for wrestling in a warehouse.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I
Now,
was like, way
the
to
other
have
reason
the inside lighting.
The other reason I'm pretty sure that the babyfaces are gonna lose on Thursday is because the Hardys also have a match coming up at Genesis. It's the Hardys versus the Righteous. Now, they're playing mind games, they're doing all the stuff, they're doing all the shrines
Which is a
and
very
whatever,
interesting
they got the
affair
creepy
to
music.
have them there,
Yeah,
you know?
it is. A lot of people thought, and I sort of pre-booked it as well when we were talking about,
Yeah.
one of the NXT shows last year. I thought that they were gonna show up, and I went as far as saying that they
With the
may,
Wyatt 6, right? Or no,
no,
Karrion Cross.
I went as far as saying that they might come to NXT and help, Tatum Paxley.
Paxley, that's who it was. I knew you had some great story put out with it, and I was like, I'm not so sure, but it would be cool. Like, I could definitely
Speaking of
see
Cross,
the
like, I don't wanna speculate too much because obviously we're in a period now where a lot of people are gonna land where they land.
yes.
Um, Rumors are equally flying around that Karrion Cross might show up in TNA, might show up at the Rumble.
Would not be upset with either. I miss him dearly. I hope he's doing well, and I hope that he at
It would be
least
kinda
could be
wild if
happy, you know?
he came back to TNA as Killer Cross, and then we're at the Rumble, and, "Oh my god, is that TNA's Killer Cross?"
Right? I mean, that would be because that's what he wants, I guess, to go back with is not Carrion,
Yeah,
but the killer, and I get that.
and I mean, here's the thing, right? And I say this with all respect to TNA. If you're a guy like Cross who came back after being wrongfully let go the first time
Yes.
and sort of got like lost in the shuffle real quick. If you go to TNA, you can kind of come off as a bigger fish.
Yeah.
Is that a fair thing to say?
No,
Scarlet can
that's
do Scarlet things.
absolutely the truth, and
They can
that's
do And I mean, if they want to, they can do like, get her in a feud with like Rosemary or Sue Young or somebody. We can do some shit in the undead realm and all the shit that's right up my street.
yeah, that she
Finally sat
loves
down to watch
too.
Speaking of, finally sat down to watch the first Terrifier, and basically it's a mock-up of, "Hey, here's how you do a Rhea Ripley entrance."
Right? But isn't that I mean, it's all worth the Saw scene, obviously, you
Yeah,
know? That was the
yeah.
highlight of the entire
Yeah.
movie that people always talk about, but it is one of, like, the best practical kills at that
Oh, yeah.
time, like, it was
I got the first 2, I have to watch the
so
second one,
good.
and I have to watch the third one
The
since
3rd
Ripley's gonna
one,
be in the 4th one.
I loved. I
Don't tell me that,
real
don't tell me
No,
that.
no, no. But when you do talk about that, I'd love to discuss it with you, 'cause now that the 4th one is coming out and you'll be caught up, I'm curious to see where you think it'll go and what's going
You know what
on
I
and
will say?
ideas,
I'll throw
so
this out there because, we're going all over the place apparently. Um, Random recommendation for a fucked up movie if you wanna go see a fucked up movie. I saw it this weekend, and it's way better than it has any right to be. Primate.
I heard that was very creepy and bizarre and interesting,
It
so
does a very good job of, like, mixing, like, creature feature and, like, a slasher movie. So you get lulled into, like, this false sense of, "Oh, it's a fucking goofy slasher. Here's all the tropes of a slasher." And then something incredibly horrendous happens.
Ah.
It goes in and
Rewarding in
out
that
of
sense, yeah.
it goes in and out of because it's a serial killer movie, even though it's a monkey.
It's a monkey.
It's not, people were like, "Oh, it's just gonna be stupid like Cocaine Bear." It's not.
I'm curious, I have to
It's
see
not.
it, so
It's really good, yeah. There is a comedy coming out called, They Will Kill You that I wanna see as well. Anyways, moving swiftly back to where the other one, that is apparently looking at maybe signing with TNA is Dakota Kai, or she's now going by Charlie. So that'll be interesting to see. They could
yeah,
use
definitely.
TNA always treats their women's division well. They could use, some
Another
oomph in that
yeah,
regard.
that would be
Well, they
good.
lost matches for better or worse, I'm not getting into it, but they lost Masha Slamovich, who was their big name after Jordan left. Killer Kelly is apparently done with them now. I hope that means she's coming to NXT. Different story for a different day. Like I say, we lost, Deonna Purrazzo to the ROH Void. They could use somebody and, like, Dakota Kai is, like, really good at being a heel, but she's also really good at being, like, that feel-good champion, and her and Lei Ying Lee would be a really fun match to watch as well.
Yeah, no kidding.
Speaking of a really fun match, AJ Francis versus Rich Swann because First Class broke up. Rich Swann's gonna win, and AJ Francis is making good at making smaller people look good in victory.
Yeah, he's always had
AJ
that role down
AJ
good.
Francis gonna AJ Francis. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
He's gonna do his thing, or make smaller guys look amazing. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Did it with BDE, did it with he's just consistently a good
BDE is the other one that actually is officially signed with TNA now.
yes, that's actually who I was thinking of before too, so that's great for him. I mean, that's
I wouldn't
massive.
I wouldn't mind, like, and I know people are gonna groan at this because of the social media tie-in or whatever. I wouldn't entirely mind, like, BDE Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Like, don't throw the whole vision in there. Just do like a one-off. Logan Paul showed up as the WWE guy that wants to come down there and say how this is the minor leagues and da 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 da. And BDE comes slaps a taste out of his mouth. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Then 2 weeks later, he gets cut in half by Braun Breaker. The Braun Breaker run down the aisle, the drone shot of that spear that he hit on Dragon Lee.
Yes. Just track it.
Fantastic,
Go for
fantastic,
it. You know
fantastic.
what's up.
People are pretending that Austin Theory's bad. I don't understand it. Anyways, so we should say the main event, um, for the prediction or sorry, not for the prediction, for the debut show
Yes.
is Santana versus Kaz, with the caveat that Nick Nemeth has sworn that he will cash in on the winner and leave Thursday night as champion.
Mm.
The further caveat to that is whoever's champion, Santana, Kaz, or Nemeth, Santino's going to pick an entirely new challenger for Genesis for them afterwards.
Yeah. Someone
Who the
completely
fuck is this gonna be?
I don't know. I'm wondering if they are bringing someone in because of that, because it's like, where do they go from here?
Here's my idea, though.
Yes.
If he's not having a random unannounced match for the X Division title with Leon Slater, Santana versus AJ Styles, the headline
Mm,
Genesis.
that could be something.
That could definitely be something. Everything is something.
I mean, Santana and AJ would be a hell of a match, and I could see
Yeah.
AJ because he didn't get to, compete last time. This would be big.
I would want it to be Santana. I don't okay, regardless, Santana's gonna win. Nemeth is gonna cash in. Now, whether the cash in is successful or not, is anybody's game. I don't think Kaz leaves with the belt. That's the one thing that I'm sure of.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Nick Nemeth versus AJ Styles for the TNA title because that even though Nemeth is there, it still feels like two WWE guys fighting over the TNA title. And we
Yeah,
just had that on NXT, to be fair.
and like you said, yeah, I'd rather them do something different
Yeah.
regardless.
There's not much else announced. I don't want it to be Joe Hendry, who's supposed to be at Genesis as well,
Yeah.
because
I
there's
think
a
he's just
weird
doing a segment.
yeah, there's a weird thing with Joe Hendry right now. Like it's too soon for him to be WWE superstar Joe Hendry shows up in TNA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's
And
nothing against the guy. I think he's
no,
great.
no, he's doing
Um,
but I'm worried too, like, he shows up as just the entrance and he's hanging out with, Asian Tucker and Otis, and it's like, "Oh, boy." Like, I see him as so much more, and I don't want them to just see him as an entrance or a joke. That's my
yeah, I
worry,
don't think I think it's while he was a
because he's
guest
so damn
in NXT
talented.
while he was a guest in NXT,
Yeah.
I think they kept the comedy gimmick up to remind you what got him over. I think
Which I
I don't
didn't
s
mind.
I'm
It
not saying
it's more
start him at I'm not saying start him at ground zero, but like, hey, we got him. Let's just throw a belt on him because that's what they were accused of with guys like Ethan and Ricky and
yeah.
ironically enough, they didn't do it with Jordan.
No,
They didn't do it with Jordan at all. They put her up to the main roster, which is another conversation for another day. But
I feel
yeah,
like her and
Jordan felt
Julia are
weird.
gonna be running it back for that title.
That doesn't hurt my feelings.
No.
But yeah, there's a lot of like I say, if Myron Reed was still there, we would have a title match that leads to a triple threat. Now we've got a potential either singles match or triple threat match that's going to lead into a match that we entirely have no idea of.
Yeah,
If they just
exactly.
if they want to go like nuts out as far as like helping TNA, and I don't want to say it like that because we know how it sounds,
Yes,
but
but
like
we know the intent here and what's going
okay,
on, and
Santana gets himself into a spot of bother with Kaz and with Nemeth, and it turns into a triple threat match. He comes out on top. Uh Out comes Cody Rhodes. Out comes CM Punk. Here's the key. Here's the key. Out comes Chris Jericho.
Ah, that's the key.
Jericho, Jericho, who has history with Santana. Let's be fair for a second. With Jericho Appreciation Society.
That's very true, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's a
Well, it
hell
happened
of a
on
fact.
AEW, so most people
Yes.
did. Anyways, moving swiftly on. But yeah,
You bastard.
so going over what we know for this, obviously there's going to be some pomp and circumstance, and like, I'm sure there'll be some kind of video package. They're already putting the video packages
Yes,
on
on
YouTube. I
Twitter
don't know
and
if you've seen them
YouTube, and yeah, I've seen a
of
couple, so
like best matches of the Access TV era, and
yes.
it's like this is just all the time you spent on your own network. Maybe don't highlight that. I think it's kind of funny the way. Sorry, the way that the wrestlers that are talking about it. I heard Andrew Pollard, who's a really good guy from wrestle not wrestle I can speak, I swear. Guys, I feel like crap and my words are escaping me.
That's alright.
What culture wrestling has Andrew Pollard, and he does really good wrestler interviews, and they interviewed Eddie Edwards
Ah,
not only about the move to AMC, but also him being in this match that we're going to talk about in a second with JDC and all that kind of thing. And they have to walk this weird fine line of like, oh my God, we're on a real TV network, but also Anthem owns Access. So you can't be saying like Access is shit.
yeah, you're kinda stuck a little bit, so
Yeah.
funny how
Yeah,
it works,
it's
but
worth a listen. It's only like 15 minutes. Like I say, Pollard's interviews are usually pretty short and concise. It's not hard hitting, like, digging journalism. It's just like, hey,
no,
you
but
got
it's
something you got something to say it. And
yeah,
he's
it
just
works.
effusive with his praise of the rest of the roster and is obviously his praise for his friend JDC, who he's going to be in the retirement match for. on Saturday. I mean, JDC's winning this, right?
It
Feel good
seems
moment
like
for
it.
Dango.
Yeah, it seems like that's what needs to happen, so
I've seen a lot of people online being like, "Oh, it'd be really cool if Eddie turned on him on his way out the door." And I'm like, "What's the payoff
why?
of that?"
Yeah, what do you get from that? Why is that even a thing that you're considering? To
Yeah,
me,
I don't
that
know. I
feels more ass backwards than useful.
If we didn't have an entirely surprise world title picture match on this card that I'm sure is gonna be something huge, I would say, you know what? Like, it's not gonna hurt anybody. Put Dango's, retirement match in the main event. Why
Yeah,
not?
why not? Let him
I
have
don't think they
let him
will.
have it. No, but
I
it
don't I
wouldn't be
don't
the
think they
worst
will.
thing.
The oth or you can go the other way, like, a really good thing would be, like, maybe bring them out first, do the retirement first, and then,
Yeah, either
like, put
first
them
or
in
last, because then you
put him
have
in
at
put him in
least
no, but, like, if it's gonna be his last show, like, put him on first, let him get his flowers and, like, sit him in the crowd
yeah,
for, like, the rest of the show, put him on commentary for the main event as
something,
a
yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. See, I like the sentiment that you have there. That's how I would
I'm trying
wanna
to Spaz is a softie as long as you're not a dickhead.
absolutely, and he's not been.
And I don't think he would hit me with his car.
Yeah,
I'm just putting it out there.
I don't think so, but you never
Yeah,
know. I mean, there's
I
some
I might
people, man.
I might have to rub some ice on it.
You
But
might.
yeah, between the 2 show like I said, I don't wanna sound like we're swooping over the debut, but
No, but the
I don't want them to change too much.
no, and they're gonna
I want
have special episodes, obviously, like, we
Oh,
know
yeah.
that's coming already, so we've gotta
It's
be
still
careful.
I think they're gonna continue the pattern that they had last year, even though it's gonna be more so now. When they started doing some live episodes last year, you could tell they front loaded all the, like, big events, big returns, big whatever onto those
Yes.
live episodes, stuff they didn't want spoiled, etcetera. So, I do think you're gonna see a drastic difference between not necessarily in quality, that's the wrong way to say it, but in
Yeah.
the
Well,
difference
you
in
look at the
wow
big
factor.
surprise last time, and it was Mance Warner, and for January,
Yeah.
like what was it, January 15th, 24th, 7th, whatever it was last year when they
Well, what
had
was
their
it
little.
when they introduced the NXT Outlaws and it was, like, more eventful than the pay-per-view that was literally the next night? I'm like, "That's not a good look."
No, not at all. That's it's kind of
But then
bad.
again, like, you
So
can flip that on its head, and it's like, if you can say you made your weekly show as noteworthy as a pay-per-view, like, maybe they wanna take that as a victory.
yeah,
It
exactly.
depends what they're going for. So, to go over what we know about the show, we're not getting Myron Reed versus Leon Slater anymore. My fantasy booking is we throw AJ Styles in that conversation. Uh,
Yeah, how could you
oh,
not?
one thing we didn't talk about. Oh my god, I'm dying.
You poor bastard.
The Knockouts tag titles, the Elegance brand versus the Inspiration is gonna be happening on Thursday. We know next week on NXT, they're doing a triple threat match with 3 of their teams to see who gets the next shot, so that'll be interesting. There's not a whole lot of NXT people. There's not a whole lot of NXT involvement on either of these shows announced so far. I predict, obviously, that the NXT Outlaws are going to be at one or both of these shows, but I just like that the group of like Charlie Dempsey and Stax and Lexus King, the way that Stax and Ariana Grace have become such a good act together.
Yes.
It'll be fun. It'll interrupt something.
It's absolutely going to
Um,
interrupt something of theirs, like something's coming.
Stacks coming out as a champion and wanting to go maybe champion versus champion with Leon Slater could be fun. I don't know that the match would be like 5 stars in the Tokyo Dome, brother,
Yeah, but it could be enjoyable, certainly.
but
I'm
we
curious.
put champion versus champion on our card. Hardy's and Elijah versus Order 4 is just a preview for the pay-per-view. Myron Reed and Leon Slater, as we said, isn't happening. I figure Santana's leaving with the belt, whether or not Nemeth cashes in.
Yeah,
If we get a situation where Santana's, fighting that mystery opponent, that Santino pulls out and Nemeth saves his Call Your Shot Gauntlet trophy for Saturday,
that
there's
would
a
be
lot they could play with there as
yeah,
well.
that feels more in line of what they not even just should do, but could do. Like, this to me, I don't know, just having the cash in on this show feels like they're missing a bit of the plot with it.
I think if you wanna do a really good match between 2 people that just, left that other place behind,
Yes.
and you wanna go champion versus champion and make everything feel big, Mike Santana, CM Punk.
I mean, yeah, that's how you do it, but
I
I
mean, take
doubt
the
they'd
titles
go
and the
there.
company names out of it. That's just a match I'd like to see.
Oh,
I still okay.
absolutely.
I know people have fallen off on Damian Priest. I still want to see Damian Priest versus Mike Santana.
Oh, I do too. I don't know why people have fallen off on him so much though. Like it's
I don't think
a bit egregious.
it's twofold. Like the booking, like the steam behind him kind of dissipated, but it was because they were holding him back because of injuries. So it's
Well,
like
yeah,
he's
that was
he's
part
been
of it.
he's been de-pushed for understandable reason.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean that is to be considered. Yeah, you're not wrong.
But yeah, trying to think of like if there's anything we haven't really talked about. Oh yeah, Lei Ying Lee is gonna take on
Yes.
Doomsday Danny Luna. I like Danny Luna with the new like I'm just gonna fuck everybody up
Gimmick, yeah,
character.
works.
Ha- Have you seen her the way she does her entrance now?
No.
Is she's on the ramp and there's a obviously the camera is in front of her, but basically there's a chain attached to the camera and she pulls the camera towards her and then pushes it away.
Oh,
And
that's
then she
cool.
does it
So,
again at the turnbuckle. It's just a 5-10 second like perspective thing.
yeah.
It's a
It's
nice little it's a heel version of John Cena talking to Stu.
yeah, get over here, it gives you the little
That kind of thing.
yeah.
We've already talked about the Hardys versus the Righteous. That's the women's championship match. The ladies tag title is on Thursday.
Yes.
JDC Eddie Edwards is just going to be a fun match, and they're
Yeah,
going
it's
to
and
give
I don't like you
JDC
said,
his flowers. Yeah,
I don't wanna see anybody turn. That seems so
yeah,
TNA. I hope they don't do anything like that. That really
yeah.
would disappoint me because these guys just need to have a good match on his way out. Like, just let it be
I guess,
that.
like after we did all the talking about Leon Slater and all the stupid people that don't like WWE that wanted to make up stories in their heads, we didn't talk
Yes.
about this actual match. Leon Slater, Cedric Alexander on their own would be a fantastic match.
Oh, yeah.
Leon Slater and Moose, Moose being the monster that Leon Slater toppled to get the X Division title the night that AJ Styles came out to give him his props. Moose cashing in his rematch now is a little bit of a thread of a story that they pulled on as much as they could, but,
Yeah, they tried.
I mean, it's fine, like, I don't mind the match. Everybody's a babyface here. I think this just with all due respect to Moose and Cedric, who deserve, like, whatever they get in life as well, Leon Slater's the move right now. I think this is just pushing the rocket up further into the sky for him.
Yeah, I think they know that. I think they know that he's the future, he's where it's at, and they need to bet on him. Like, that's a great plan to have, so
Yeah. As I say, selfishly, I don't want him to leave TNA right now, but
no.
selfishly, if he does come to WWE, I want a longer run with him and Javon as a tag team.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's got money written all over it, and people want that. They want that badly, just like they wanted, a few other matches. So this is a really cool bit of effect that people still, they see something happening with him, and I like that. It's like there's a genuine want for Leon to have all these great matches and whatnot.
Yeah,
So it's building naturally, and seeing
yeah.
this occur is just it's
It's so wild watching him and
yeah.
Javon come together because they were so, like, Spider-Man meme of each other in the way that they were coming up, in the way that they had that, like, outward like, the good version of happy to be here.
Yes.
And the crowd adopted Javon Evans in NXT. The crowd has adopted Leon in TNA. And I mean, by proxy, when they both cross over, like Javon's one of the guys that shows up from NXT, and he's obviously not going to get booed in TNA. Leon Slater was never really seen as like an invader in the NXT thing. They were both at John Cena's retirement show.
Yeah.
I know Javon has Leon done. I'm trying to think back now because my brain is soup. Has Leon participated in any of the AAA shows?
Oh, you know what? I don't if it wasn't with Javon, then no, I don't believe so.
Because you know what I'm gonna say.
I wanna say no, but yeah. Him and the
You know what I'm gonna
clowns.
say.
Send him
I was
in.
gonna say Leon and Javon versus Pagano and Psycho Clown, my favorites.
It would be a match of all matches
I
that
was
ever
walking
matched
around
itself.
one Christmas present I actually got myself this year, walking around Christmas Day with my Psycho Clown shirt.
Yeah,
It's good. It's a
it
good bit.
it is indeed.
It's a
Hard to
good bit.
deny.
Anyways, we should say there's a caveat on this. It's Wednesday. The pay-per-view is not till Saturday. TNA does have a little bit of AEW in them in the sense of you might get 3 or 4 more matches thrown onto this before we get to Saturday. They do stack their pre-shows, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
The art of the pre-show is kind of fallen off. WWE doesn't do them anymore, and AEW give you 2 and you
too
have to choose
many.
one.
Yes. We're gonna give
So
you all the
there's
pre-shows.
yeah, I feel like there's more to preview than what we have here right now, but we can only preview what we
What we
have
have,
here.
yeah. And I was
Um,
trying to speculate before, like, what were we missing from the Rumble? What were we missing from here? What were we and that's kind of the thing. I really don't know what else they're gonna add to
I will say,
the
like,
match, to the card.
you mentioned the Rumble, right? And
Stacks, maybe?
you wanna talk about doubling down on we just can't have nice things sometimes, right?
Yeah.
The theme for the Rumble is Heavy is the Crown by Linkin Park, and I
Yes,
love
love
Linkin
it.
Park. We know this. We've done this conversation, right?
Yes,
So
we do indeed
you
love
double
us some
down
Linkin
on,
Park.
"Hey, the Rumble is coming up, and everybody loves the Rumble." "Yeah, but it's in Saudi." "Okay, cool, but the theme is Linkin Park, and I like Linkin Park, and I saw them last year, and it was fucking amazing." "Yeah, but, she's friends with somebody or whatever." Fuck off.
Yeah. We don't
How
give
about
two
fuck
shits.
off?
We
How
just
about
wanna
fuck
see
off?
this, happen. I'm excited.
How about everybody fuck off?
It's not Nickelback, okay?
I wouldn't mind
Not hating
Nickelback if they did
Nickelback,
pretty
but
well,
it's not
yeah,
Nickelback, you know?
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
not another shitty rap fucking,
I
"Give me the
mean,
red light."
the unofficial Super Bowl battle between Bad Bunny and Jelly Roll is still a thing.
Yes.
I'm watching the other one, I don't care, mostly because I don't care about football.
Yeah.
People are gonna People are gonna say it's other reasons, but it's just because I
It's
don't care
just
about football.
it's just the NFL and you don't see eye to eye anymore. Ever since they did
It's
that thing with
just
the thing and
do
the
you know what
thing.
well, I can stand up straight, first of all, but anyways,
Ah,
no, do you know what it is? It's what I mentioned, we talked about this before, we talked about this after the, Stranger Things Raw, right?
yes.
I like that they did the Stranger Things Raw. I'm glad that they didn't saturate the whole show with it entirely because I know that it's my thing. It might not be somebody else's thing, and they're gonna feel the way I feel when WWE brings out a football player that I don't know who the fuck they are.
Yeah, you're like,
So
"Alright, what
let's
is
give
this
everybody
bullshit and why do we have to deal with it?"
we're all here because we like wrestling. Let's give everybody our space to like or not like the other shit.
Yeah,
It
as it
is what
should
it
be.
is. It is what it is. I do think it's fantastic, and, like, "Heavy as the Crown" is just an amazing song. I don't
Oh,
care what you
so
think of
damn
Emily.
good.
I don't care what you think of Emily Armstrong, you can go fuck yourself.
I was so
Em
stoked when she debuted, like, it's a
Emily
different
Armstrong can
enough,
make me an
it's
or
not yeah.
she can make me an organ donor.
Ah, yeah, though, she's not another Chester, and that's what people wanted really in the
No,
end, like, and that
and
was
it
the
can't
problem
be.
that she had, so no,
It would be okay, and we won't dwell on this because my voice is gonna fall out of my ass soon, but, like, anybody coming in to do a Chester impression would have been more insulting.
exactly. That was the
Like,
problem,
you go back to every
and
Linkin Park album, and every Linkin maybe the first 2 had a lot of similar themiology, if that's a word, right? Every album after that had its own identity. Now Linkin
absolutely.
Park because they switched out the drummer too, and nobody seems to give a shit about that. It's just because, "Oh, we have this social justice, blah, blah, blah. She's friends with somebody she's not supposed to be friends with." I don't care. "Well, but he did this." "Okay, he sounds like a dick. Go
Yeah,
bug him."
go bug him. Scientology my ass.
"Oh, what's Brock Lesnar guilty of?" "Oh, he might have known about something that, somebody else might have done." "Okay, go bug the doer.
Hey, who of
What are we
us have
doing?"
not asked for a few piss videos every now and again? Am I wrong? Come on. God.
It's really unfortunate. Don't shake Randy Orton's hand in the locker room. It's
Ah,
fine.
ah.
Should we bring up Velveteen Dream, who took
Oh,
forever to
no.
get fired?
Yes.
Ever to get fired. Ever to get fired. But yeah, everybody, as you can tell, my voice is shot and I'm not doing too well, but I did wanna come up here today, shoot the shit with my buddy Jake, talk about this debut, talk about this pay-per-view that's coming up. It does feel kind of like a light pay-per-view because the Thursday show is kind of stealing the spotlight a little bit, but I also
Yeah.
think that's kind of okay. It's not like they're trying to put it up against Bound for Glory or Slammiversary or stuff of that like.
Yes, that
So
ilk.
Genesis is the kickoff of the year. It is what it is. Um, I did have one other idea though. This is like straying off into
Ooh.
WWE territory, and I don't know when else we're gonna talk this week. I don't think we will.
Yeah, so
The New Day, since the turn on Big E, and then Big E disappeared and went back to his desk job like he was told to. The heel turn hasn't gone too great. They went from being dastardly heels for a night to being comedy heels, which is not the worst thing in the world,
certainly.
but it hasn't gotten them any spotlight. It hasn't certainly gotten them into anything interesting. I would like for several weeks, several weeks. We'll get past the Rumble, we'll get past the Chamber. Several weeks, they just keep on going back to Adam Pearce and complaining, "Hey, Mania's coming. We need something to do. We're the best tag team you have," whatever the case may be. And Adam Pearce keeps doing the old creative control has nothing for you. The
Yeah.
go home Monday Night Raw for WrestleMania. They come out, they start out. Remember how the Miz started the first episode of SmackDown this year, and like before the commentators could even welcome us to the show, he's like, "No, no, 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 we're not doing this. We're not even starting this show."
Yeah.
They have them do a similar thing. We
Take it
deserve
over.
to be. We deserve to be at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah. I'm
Lights go
with
out
you.
for a little bit for lights go out for a little bit for dramatic effect. Out comes fully cleared, fully healed Big E to challenge them for WrestleMania.
Oh,
They laugh at him
I thought you were
because
gonna
it's too
say Will Ospreay. I got really
no, 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 no.
disappointed. Hmm.
There's a lot of people I would like Will Ospreay to wrestle in WWE, to be fair. But he comes out and he says, "I want to face you guys at WrestleMania," and they talk about him, about having a neck like a stack of dimes or whatever the cliches are. Plus, it's two
Yes.
on one. Two on one. How stupid are you? You just got cleared. You just got permission to come back. You just got cleared, and you decided to take up a 2-on-1 fight. He says, "No, because I'm not the only one that just got permission to come back. I'm not the only one that just got cleared." And right at his side, out comes Kevin Owens.
Ooh, I love it. Thought you were gonna say
It's
Daniel
not gonna
Bryan.
happen. It's not gonna happen.
Fully
No,
healed.
because like the only way you make it work is like you're not the New Day was a group of three, and when you split, you're gonna have 2-and-1, except with the Shield, where Roman just kind of like fucked off.
Yeah. And the Shield
But
continued
the only
on with
one
those 2.
that's gonna know what it was like to get the treatment that he got from them because he's injured and be mocked for being injured, whatever, and did have a tie with the New Day for a long time. Remember when they called him Big O and shit like that?
Mm.
Just newly healed Big E, just newly healed KO. Obviously, for anybody out there listening, I'm saying if they're okay with it, if they decide to come back, if they're able to come back, all those caveats that we put on
Yes.
things.
All the things.
But if they were able to do that, save it for the go home show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like up until then, it would just be this nifty running gag in the background of like New Day being piss ants in the back, which would also be fine.
It would be
I
funny,
think of it.
but talk about doing nothing with them. I mean, they mourned the tag
Oh, it's
titles
true.
and that was it. Like, come
They
on.
wore big hats. And
Ridiculous.
Monday Night Raw has gone even further with the theme of we're gonna team Penta and Ray Phoenix with everybody but Penta and Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly. With everybody but.
But yeah, anyways, this has been relatively short because my energy is not up. Jake, tell them what's going on with you and where they can find you.
Yes, we'll be live tomorrow night for the Impact Live review, and then we will go ahead and be back as well this Friday for an early SmackDown review at 6 Eastern, and then
Smackers.
Saturday we'll be covering Genesis, so we'll be there as well, and Sunday the Rumble preview will go live for everybody, but right now it's available for members. So if you would like to, you can go ahead and check that out early. If not, hey, everybody gets it shortly. But we appreciate, as always, you guys liking and subscribing. So head on over to youtube.com/Jake DeMarco for more. And you can also find me on Twitter at Countdown Ended for updates. And this way you're alerted when I go ahead and I'm live and then suddenly lose power and can't be live. So it's good to have that availability and always with the show notes.
Nah, man, you honestly are killing it on the live stuff. Congratulations.
Thank you, my good friend.
My content limitations have finally been removed by YouTube, so my subscribers seem to be going up as well. So
Nice.
to all of you that have just recently been coming along, thanks a lot. I know a lot of them came from Jake. I know a lot of them came from the Wrestling for Life guys. So shout out to KJ and Nick and Anthony and Geekbox. Go check them out as well for the best live watch alongs in captivity.
Absolutely.
Um, I don't know what else to say. What do I say here? I say, oh yeah, subscribe up there, talk down there, start a conversation, keep all these conversations going. Don't be a stranger. I'll talk to each and every last one of you later. But very, very sick me and very, very awesome Jake. Let's hang it out. Bye guys.
Feel better.